Hey guys, this is my third time making this video. This is ridiculous, but I'm on my morning walk, so excuse the traffic and my heavy breathing, and my allergies are like kicking my ass, so I may sniffle here and there or sneeze. Excuse me. So this morning I was listening to a video on YouTube where this doctor was talking about how neglecting yourself leads to common diseases that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, like asthma, cancer, fibromyalgia, whatever that shit is, psoriasis, any chronic ailment, and how that's linked to your emotions and psychological being, essentially. And he also said that he doesn't blame patients for having these illnesses. It's what they had to do to survive. Whatever archetype they had to take on to get through whatever traumatic experience they were dealt with, they did what they had to do. And to give you guys a real world example with my family, I learned a while ago that my ancestors how can I put this? They repressed their emotions because they had to adapt to whomever they were married to, or whatever era they were brought up into. And to be more specific, my grandmother, I learned that she is a wonderful speaker, great teacher, but she married someone who didn't really like women being, for example, in the pulpit. Or in other terms, he didn't like women being in positions of power, of authority, of anything that projects their voice any type of way. So my grandmother suppressed herself, and her emotional needs was not fulfilled, and it ended up manifesting into other diseases that was eventually passed down. So here I am learning about my family's medical history and then linking that to stories I've heard. And it makes sense. When you have the opportunity to learn about yourself, your ancestors, where you came from, the stories, make sure you also learn about aspects of their shadows, because that'll teach you what's in your bloodline, and it'll show you what you have to heal so it doesn't pass on, if you decide to have kids and whatever have you, extend the family. But even if you don't decide to extend, do it for yourself. And I used to ask, why me? Why was I born into this type of family? Why was I exposed to whatever I was exposed to? But then, the more I take a step back, the more I expand myself, it's like, yo, it's not personal to me. As far as, you know how people are like, oh, don't take it personal? That's how I feel about what I'm healing due to what I was exposed to. I was exposed to people-pleasing behaviors. And then also witnessing someone who is really strong in their right, and really mature. But I have to like reframe and relearn. Because you know how you receive something, but it's viewed out of the lens that you wear. And because you view it out of a certain lens, it's then contoured into something else. And now instead of it being a benefit, it's more of a hindrance. Because you're not aware of yourself. And then when you finally change your lenses and you clean them shits, you like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then when you put two and two together and then you look at what you're healing and what you're dealing with, it's like, oh, that makes sense. So for example, fuck it, it's my business. You know how some people are addicted to sugar? I was addicted to salt, fatty foods. So I was craving strength. But it was in me the whole time. It wasn't something I needed to consume. It was already here. You realize what you need is already in you when you decide to change. When you decide to do something that's out of your comfort zone, you discover literally all of the shit you need or thought you needed from the outside is in here already. And I'm discovering that by healing my people-pleasing tendencies. Yeah. The power of saying no, for example. The power of disappointing people. When a yes for them is a no for me. Or a yes for me is a no for them. It is what it is. It's either they get with it or fuck them. To be frank with y'all, it's either you get with it or you get gone. And I'm not saying that in a malicious way. But when you contour yourself too much, and when you continue to use outdated survival tactics, it'll eventually kill you. Hence what the doctor said. So we're going back to the video now. I'm still watching it, but I had to literally get this out to process, because my mind is blown. And now, going back to what I said about the root chakra, it makes sense. You literally have to sit back and view your survival tactics and see how it's hindering you. But here's the thing. When it comes down to finding the survival tactics that helped you get through whatever you got through, there is still light in it. Like, for example, I got through my experience by being a yes man because I want to be a part. I want to feel needed. And if I say no, I'm going to get backlash. I'm going to be set apart. I'm going to be yelled at. I'm going to cause some type of ruckus. The light in that is literally wanting community and wanting to be accepted. Y'all, I'm learning how to articulate my ideas slowly so I can get across to you. Because how my brain works, I get a lot of ideas at once. And trying to get it out is, it's a lot. But that's the beauty of it. It shows you your humanity. It shows you how much you want to connect with people. If you want to connect with people, now it's time to uninstall and revamp. Because that's not how you connect with people. Because in all actuality, when you connect with people by wearing a mask, like I think I mentioned this in another video, but I'm not sure. When you wear a mask, you ultimately attract people that don't really fuck with you for real. Because you're not even showing them who you really are. And then let's just say you take the mask off and you show them who you really are, and they still don't fuck with you. That means they just not for you. Them not your people. What Medea say? I'd rather be alone with a dog and a goldfish than be with somebody that don't want me. Tyler Perry put that in one of his plays. I'd rather be alone with a goldfish and a dog. And it makes sense. And something else, boom. The reason why this whole thing even came up. I saved a video, that same doctor's video, and the video was how to heal the I'm not good enough wound. And he said besides repressing emotions, he said another way children may adapt is by thinking that they're not good enough. And then that creates the wound of inadequacy. Well, that's my addition to it, what he was saying. It creates the wound of inadequacy. And then that produces behaviors of self-comparison, of jealousy. It goes deeper than that, but can I go? I'm gonna just go. Like, it's like we're talking on FaceTime. But anyway, that's the mind fuck here. I saved that video I don't even know, like weeks ago. And it just wasn't, at that time, I wasn't ready to receive whatever, he was trying to say in the video. But now, I'm able to face it. And it's just like, yo, woof. But yeah, I need to share that with y'all. So I'm gonna finish my walk and I'm gonna catch y'all next week.